Well, welcome back everyone. Andy and Mike here, and today we're going to talk about the importance of getting a pre-approval before you go see a home. Now, I know in general, Mike handles this question a lot, and of course we handle it too at Mortgage Heroes, and it actually has a couple of layers of importance when it comes to getting pre-approved. Now, in general, the idea of getting pre-approved is doing all that legwork up front to make sure that your credit and your finances are all shored up and tight and as strong as possible, so that when you go to make offers and you're looking at homes and you're presenting offers to sellers, they know you're a serious candidate as a buyer and they can close with you. Now, the part that goes undiscussed a little bit is how much work that can actually be sometimes. And I don't say that to be daunting, I say that to be realistic, that sometimes we think we know what's going on in our finances, but then when it comes to going through the mortgage application process, taking a fresh look at our credit, looking at how much money we need to have down, do we have enough saved for a down payment and closing costs, then we start getting into more of the details of whether or not we're actually ready to buy a house. And sometimes people can think they're ready, but they aren't. And sometimes the opposite happens. People think, oh man, I'm not ready. I don't have my financial house in order. And we look at them like, you have like great credit. You got a ton of money saved. So they think that the mark is like way up here and they've already met that standard. So it's really important to actually take a real honest look at the beginning, because here's what you want to avoid. You want to avoid talking to Mike, getting all excited, looking at homes, scheduling appointments, seeing homes, only to find out that you can't get the house. And sometimes people get over their skis a little bit too much and they get ahead of themselves and they end up trying to go and tackle something that they actually can't afford on paper that an underwriter or a bank would never approve. So in general, the most important part is to make sure that we've looked at all facets of the things that would be deal makers to make the deal happen, or deal killers. And sometimes those deal killers can take a week, 2 weeks, or even a couple months to address before you can get qualified in the full qualification to buy a house. So there's kind of a couple things going on. Number one, we want to make sure that we're making the best use of your time and your financial situation to be very candid about what you can and can't do in the marketplace. Number two, well, Mike's expertise as a realtor is best suited when he knows what that profile looks like and then where that matches with the affordability of certain neighborhoods that you've decided you want to move into. So your pre-approval actually helps get you across the threshold of certain neighborhoods and price points where you now can shop comfortably, where you're not guessing and hoping that it could happen. You already know that it can happen. And really, the only thing left at that point is finding a willing seller to sell you the place that you've already proven you can afford and that you can close with. So in general, that's what's most important about a pre-qualification. One of the things I know that we always have to help people with when they are unable to pre-qualify is two main things, is credit score or credit history, something related to credit, and cash on hand. Cash on hand means how much money is in savings, retirement accounts, checking account, where we have to consider what it would take to cover closing costs if we don't have a lender credit or the seller doesn't provide a credit. Those closing costs got to get paid by the buyer. And the other part is down payment. If you have a down payment required, or if you're choosing to have a down payment, then we need to make sure there's enough money for you to have those assets and you're not putting yourself in a tight spot. Some people go, oh, I'll get in by the skin of my teeth. Well, that's not really a comfortable place to be living and enjoying this brand new accomplishment of being a homeowner, then only to get to your first, second, and third months and like barely scraping by and totally hating and sweating out whether you're gonna make that payment or not. That's not a good, healthy financial position to be in, and we don't wanna be putting people in those types of situations. So it's really important early on we talk about any credit issues and tackle them in advance to put you in the best place. That's actually what gets you the lowest rate, number one, and it's what's gonna get your offer seriously selected by a seller who knows you're gonna have a low chance of falling out of escrow if they accept your offer. The other part, back to it, is your finances and making sure that your cash is in order, your debts are in control, and that the payments you're making and the overall homeownership process isn't gonna be over stressful on you once you actually close successfully. So I know that can sound like a lot, but that's why you have people like me and Mike together, where we already understand what to do behind the scenes with you to get you best prepared to present to a seller. So when we do all that, we pass that over to Mike, and then Mike can work with you on the consulting of what neighborhood you're looking for that fits the price you need and the approval amount that you have. And then he can do all the stuff that he's a specialist in, that he's an expert at. So Mike, why don't you tell everyone, like, well, why is it important to you as a realtor that you have your pre-approval done first as a buyer, so that once the approval's done, they come to you to go find houses. How does that help you help them?
Well, Andy, you hit the hammer directly on the nail, and what you touched on basically was we want to make sure that you as a buyer are absolutely 100% prepared, that you know you have the expectations are set prior to you venturing out looking for homes. And number three, we do not want to disappoint you. This process at times can be stressful, especially when it's your first time becoming a homeowner. And we want to make the process as seamless as possible. That's why I teamed up with Andy at Mortgage Hills, a reputable mortgage lender. And we worked together in the past, we're working together now, we hope to work together for the foreseeable future. So we want to keep you in mind and your best interests at heart first, and take great care of you, and make sure that by getting you pre-approved, you're not disappointed, and we set that expectation up front at the beginning, and we can that allows us to tackle everything that comes in our way through the buying process with no problems. So yes, we just want to be 100% certain that we make sure we can limit the number of problems that we have in the future by you not being pre-approved, because no one likes to be told that they are able to purchase a home for X number of dollars and then find out the day later or late in the process that they're no longer able to buy that home. That'll completely ruin your day. So by you getting pre-approved, again, this helps us help you. And that's our number one goal, is to get you what you want into the home of your dreams, or your second home of your dreams. Whatever the case may be, we are here to help. We want to make sure you do things the right way by getting pre-approved first prior to searching for homes.
You know, one of the things that I think there's sometimes a misconception when it comes to mortgage and real estate is that we're all in it for ourselves. And the truth is, Mike and us, we get nothing unless you win. So it literally takes you winning for us to get something. Otherwise, you not winning, that doesn't help us either. It doesn't help us grow our business, doesn't help us grow our network. So it really is a mutual win when we help you get prepared, you successfully close on a house, you become a homeowner, then we share in that celebration. Until then, there really is nothing that we're doing just for ourselves. So this is a wonderful topic for us to talk about, because of that misconception partially is that, oh, well, everyone's all just in it for themselves and in it for the money and this and that. Well, there is none of that without people successfully going through the process and securing that home for themselves. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching another clip with me and Mike talking about mortgage and real estate questions that we get asked all the time. Make sure to reach out with us online. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment. You can also direct message or call us so we can help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll have more topics coming up soon where we tackle all the tough questions in real estate and mortgage. Thanks for watching.